Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Kat Cammack goes on the attack against this shady CEO of TikTok, exposing their ills to the entire world.
This is from an internal memo from your company. Why, if you had nothing to hide, would you need to downplay the association with ByteDance in China?
Congressman, I have not seen this memo.
You can't answer that question. Mr. Shou, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind. Mr. Shou, that video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F. At the House Energy and Commerce Committee on March 23rd of this year. This video was posted before this hearing was publicly noticed. I think that's a very interesting point to raise. But more concerning is the fact that it names this chairwoman by name. Your own community guidelines state that you have a firm stance against enabling violence on or off TikTok. We do not allow people to use our platform to threaten or incite violence or to promote violent extremist organizations, individuals, or acts. When there is a threat to public safety or an account is used to promote or glorify off-platform violence, we ban the account. This video has been up for 41 days. It is a direct threat to the chairwoman of this committee, the people in this room, and yet it still remains on the platform. And you expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans where you can't even protect the people in this room? I think that is a blatant display of how vulnerable people who use TikTok are. You couldn't take action after 41 days when a clear threat, a very violent threat to the chairwoman of this committee and the members of this committee was posted on your platform. You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app because it is an extension of the CCP.
That's just wild. And that's wild to have a video of someone literally threatening to advance violence on members of Congress. It's almost as if that's a bad thing. I wonder if Steve Scalise could weigh in on this. Oh, wait. I think he did and almost paid with his life because of it. Because Steve Scalise was practicing with a bunch of other Republicans before their congressional ball game, which is an absolutely fun event. And I believe it's coming up fairly soon. And this person, who was radicalized by the words of Bernie Sanders, pulled out a weapon and opened fire. Scalise managed to pull through, and I think he's still serving to this day. But this woman was radicalized by a movement that she saw on social media coming from Bernie Sanders himself. Now, he didn't mean it in that way, and after all, people take wild extrapolations. Let's see, what was it? Catcher in the Rye, and then the guy that shot John Lennon? That's a very weird connection to draw. I don't think that Catcher in the Rye, that was the whole point of the story here. And so, people can take some words way out of context and do dumb things with them. Welcome to the issues of the First Amendment. This is a price of freedom. This, however, crosses a line. Hey y'all, this is a shout out to my friends over at Colonial Metals Group, where CEO Paul Stone and his expert associates fully understand the gravity of our current situation and want to protect your wealth backed by gold, silver, and other precious metals. Folks, we are in an era of record inflation. We have a Congress that won't stop spending, and a president who doesn't even know what planet he's on. That's how bad the situation is, and that's why I'm partnering with Colonial Metals Group. And if you have a first-time account with these fine upstanding people, you will receive up to $7,500 worth of silver, a nice old safe to keep all the good stuff in. You will get Roth IRA accounts for free backed by gold and silver, and insurance and warranty on these items for 5 years, all for free. So call the number below or check out the link in the description and let CEO Paul Stone and his expert team help you now, because your wealth might evaporate before your very eyes. Protect your wealth, protect your family, protect your future with Colonial Metals Group today. Now, back to regularly scheduled programming. This happens because a platform did not care to take down speech that could threaten people. We have this on other platforms. We have this on Reddit. We have this on Facebook, Instagram. We pretty much have it everywhere, seemingly except TikTok. Well, why is that? Well, let's take a deep dive. Who really owns TikTok? Technically, it's an outside company that works, directly with the CCP. So ultimately, it's the CCP. And they use that data to spy on Americans. And they've done a really good job of that. And they will have a different set of algorithmic values for their own people. And meanwhile, the rest of the world gets this slop. That's why we get TikTok dances, whereas they get, this is how you make scientific advancements. This is how this experiment works. Theirs directly goes to benefit the minds of their kids. And on one hand, I actually think that's kind of amazing. On the other hand, that is dystopian. That is just insane. And Kat Cammack is pointing this out in simple terms. That the Chinese that pretty much own TikTok, again, they don't own it directly, are doing some shady things, and the CEO is trying to cover his tracks. The CEO, I believe, is technically from Singapore, which I believe where the ByteDance company that owns TikTok is actually located. But we all know what's going on here. And so we started getting alerted to this being a major problem years ago, but it didn't seem to affect us until we noticed on a certain day in October where these needless attacks were carried out against innocent civilians and innocent young civilians. A lot of young women were taken hostage, and I do not want to go into those horrors. And what ended up happening was TikTok dances for basically praising the October attacks started springing up everywhere. It was all the rage for about a week. And then it stopped. It stopped because Congress realized, oh, we've got a propaganda problem on our hands. That a foreign national entity, through a separate company, is changing public opinion. This is a massive problem. Remember the Russia collusion hoax that got splattered all over the airways because of these weird ties between Russians and Trump? Which, by the way, were mostly business in nature. But they were troll farms owned by the Russians, designed to make these terrible Facebook memes to which people shared all over the place. That was effective, and it did not earn them any favors with the feds. They were not happy that this happened. So, of course, they're going to come out and rake the CEO through the coals, make him dance, make him squirm, because they notice that there's something wrong. That a foreign national organization can wield the power of an app that reaches pretty much half of one in every two American has TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. I don't. I deleted mine. I want that crap off my phone. But a lot of people saw what went down. A lot of people saw this video that Kat Cammack is talking about. And weirdly, nothing happens. Again, there's an algorithm for the Chinese students, and then there's an algorithm for everyone else. One is pro-science, pro-knowledge. The other is pro-degeneracy, just for lack of a better word. And I hate using that word because it's used incorrectly all the time. But the dances that you see are cringy. The way people will dress on there, degenerate. And it's not Snapchat level bad, but good grief. Something needs to be done. And I know there's a huge debate between a lot of libertarians and a lot of conservatives. There's conservatives that look at this and go, this is an actual problem. We need to take action. The libertarian side says, no, let the free market work. And that's the huge divide between the Republican Party right now, essentially. It's not Trump versus establishment anymore. It's the idea of total freedom and the idea that we need to actually conserve things. I'm personally in that conserve camp. And Trump has tendrils on both sides. The establishment has their fingers in both sides. That's why I say that's the real difference between the Republican fight. So what do you think? Do we need to ban TikTok in this country? Do we need to let it through? What do you think down in the comments below? My name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on Politibrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.